going on, guys? It's your boy, That Van Guy, coming at you for Vuck conversion part 8. So since I did the carb swap and it's all standalone on that, I didn't have any functional gauges, as you guys knew. So I just pulled out my oil pressure sensor right here, and I noticed it's got a decent bevel on it. I don't know, it probably won't focus on that. Maybe if I hold it by my face. It's got a decent bevel on it. So anyways, I took this fitting here and put a decent bevel on it, and I think it should be pretty mint. I'm gonna flip the camera around so you guys can actually. So here we go. For it to seal up properly, I think it needs that bevel. So that's what I was doing here. I'm gonna wrap everything in Teflon tape, so it should be fine. This is a stack I'm building for my buddy Tyler. Should be pretty mint. But yeah. So I got that all adjusted. It's about ready to thread back in. Pretty excited. Okay, so I got the oil pressure sensor installed. I got all my gauges wired up. This is all functional. Tucked a little bit of the wiring back behind there so it looks a little better. Got these switches hooked back up, so it's pretty mint. So now when you turn the key, everything turns on. I'm not gonna start it right now because it has no oil. I got this oil feed line right here, all routed through the firewall with I think I drilled like a 3/4 inch hole in there so I could fit the coolant temp sensor, so I just ran it through that same hole. So maybe I'll be able to find some sort of firewall grommet for that. So yeah, not too bad. Stoked about it. Need to run to O'Reilly's, get an oil filter, another quart of oil, get this pig topped off, and then I can turn her on and run it, and then the interior is done for right now. Yeah, I need to hook this back up too, but I don't really care about that right now. So we're just gonna, I still have the inverter hooked up, so I honestly don't even need this. I can get rid of it, just run a regular phone charger and a regular I don't know, 12 volt conversion thing. It's fine, I don't need it. So I can charge my laptop off of that, so that's nice for tuning. Never have to worry about your laptop dying. I have all this 12 volt wire. I cut the loom back a little bit and moved everything out of the way, so I can clip this zip tie and hook other shit up if I need to. So that's good. But yeah, the gauges look sick. I'm stoked about it. I like it. I don't know if you guys have seen this on the gram yet, but this is my 1990 Toyota pickup that I picked up. It's basically already all built. The only thing I did was add the ammo cans in the bed, couple shovels. I got it running right. It wasn't running right before, so now it's all good, which is nice. It's got some bougie race car interior. It's kind of sick. It has a cluster swap, so it actually has a tach, which is nice. It revs out to about like 6,200 RPM. But yeah, she runs pretty decent. Got a badass NRG wheel. It's a pretty crazy shifter. Yeah, it's not bad. Great little rig. I like it. So, just gonna run to the parts store real quick and grab an oil filter, some more oil, and pick up my boy Victor. He's a homie, but his transmission blew up on his Dodge, so gotta give him a ride. Okay, so we got one bed rail cap done, and then I stitch welded the bed rail on underneath each self-tapper. I'm leaving the end open until I get this stuff done here. I got that one all bent up, so that's gonna be mint. Victor's been over here working like a doctor. We got the taillights to work on our own standalone setup with wiring. Yeah, so taillights are all standalone now. Work is perfect as they should. Got the gauges all hooked up, the oil all topped off. That's all mint. So what were we running, like 75 PSI oil pressure when it was running like idling up?
No, 69.
69. Yeah, that exact amount. But when it got a little bit warmer, when I was revving it, it was going up to like 100 PSI. I can't find anything on the internet saying like, oh, it should be this or that. It's like whatever. The gauge could be off too, but it says I have a lot of oil pressure and I'm okay with that. So it's good. Still a mess in here, but it's coming along. Very excited with the progress that Victor was able to make with the taillights. So it's super badass. They're on their own independent grounds now. And we're gonna run them off of the factory brake pressure switch here, but it's gonna run off a relay and a keyed power source and everything. So super mint. You guys saw last time that side's buttoned up pretty good. This side, I bent this piece of super thin sheet metal and just kind of attached it here. So I still need to tuck this down and weld it to the cab around there and back down that line. But still, it's looking pretty good. Very excited about it. Yes, it is leaned over. Doesn't matter. Function over form. We're good. Oil pressures come back down to a pretty normal level, so it's looking a little bit better there. Oh, I'm so stoked. Guys, I'm back at the tiny home. Sorry for the video being super patchy. I tried to fill you guys in, but I was really excited about the progress we were making, so I just didn't feel like picking up the camera. At the end there, as you could see, the battery voltage was at like 10.5, so not good. Ended up, the battery was like running itself dead because the signal wire for the alternator to kick on and start charging the battery was disconnected between some of the wiring we did in the dash there. So I traced down the wire, actually found it in all of the stuff that I cut, and re-hooked it up to a keyed 12 volt source, and now we're running a Minty like 14.5 volts. So stoked about that. Van's running great, still rich as a pig, still super rich, but you know, there's not much I can do about that until I pull the carburetor back apart and rejet it. But I got the bed rails done. Those look good. Done on the front part anyways. Still need to complete the rear corner pieces, and then once that's done, it's going to be starting to be time for paint, a little bit more body work, and get it all truck bed lined. I'm super excited to see how it looks after that. And then it's going to be all the fun stuff, the roll cage, the tire racks, the four-link, the rear, lots of good stuff. So I'm going to redesign the front bump stop pads, and yeah, just got lots of good exciting things coming. Thank you for watching the video. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll try to go a little bit more in-depth with the next one, but appreciate you guys. I know you don't have to watch these, but I like that you guys go out of your way and want to see what's going on with the van, so I appreciate you. Later.